Today we're just gonna do some boring stuff. This is a charcoal. Give you some softer tones. So what I'm trying to do here is well, I've taken drawing classes several times, or have had it in part of art in the past, and I never fared very well. Failed drawing 3 times. So we've been kind of just the last time I did it. The last time I took some drawing, it was actually a 6-week workshop at a art gallery. There were no grades, so I can't say that I failed it there. But I did find it extremely boring, and so the tools that I have here are from that experience. That experience. So far, it looks like the Wi-Fi field inside the house is good. I tried this earlier today, and it was really glitchy. And so, all right, let's just do some shapes before I go try some. Let's see what I want. I want a you can use like a napkin or something to dab off and make this side to be a little more fuzzier. So it has like a area that's maybe I come back in over it here with this gummy eraser. And how do we get this 3D effect here? The shading and the shadow. Maybe it's not quite so, it's a little bit fuzzy here too. Is this how you do it? Kim Barreto, welcome to 999 show, Saturday Night Live art. I'm just doing some practice sketching. I'm practicing. This is what I'm doing. I'm practice sketching. I'm playing with a piece of charcoal, and yeah, maybe we get maybe we make it look like this on top of a post. Does that work that way? It doesn't work, actually. All right, that doesn't work. Yeah, I can. I can in a minute. You need that? Okay. All right. All right, we'll just do something else. There it is. How about we go do some blind work? We'll try different sketching. I tried this before. We'll need to do it this way. I can't see it all because it's really blurry out of this size. Yeah, so it's kind of, we're just gonna do something here, blind art. So it's just all kind of fuzzy. We'll come back around and Who's that? I can't see. My Michelle. Michelle. Okay, welcome. I'm kind of looking at this with my. I'm doing this with my bad eye. I can't see. Um, I can't see too well out of this eye at all. Everything's kind of blurry. Well, it's got a jar head. Look at that. Square head. Maybe. Let's just turn the camera around. Or maybe we'll just keep it that way. Maybe it's more entertaining. We're drawing backwards. Interesting. You know, I think it's better this way than trying to do it the other way. So just kind of coming in here as a chin. Huh. This is so fascinating. Welcome, Noah. Hmm. Huh. This is unbelievable. I can't tell you how much stunning this is. Welcome, Maria. We're trying this indoors now. I think it works. The internet is, I guess it's okay. It's not glitchy or anything. Yeah. Well, it's fine. I'm still working on cleaning up the kitchen. I want to do a Tools of Fortune thing, but um, we gotta leave really early tomorrow, so. Did you have a good day, Maria? Hmm. Did you do anything special, or did you work today, or or hmm. Maybe we'll make it really light in here. Kind of Lighten it up a bit. You just watch movies? I've been watching The Expanse for the last week or so. And I forgot. It moves kind of slow, but it's really good, though. Huh. You know, this almost looks like it has some expression. I mean, the face almost looks like there's some expression on it. Huh. Well, let's just see. Let's just turn it down. Yeah. Maybe I can do some more work on it. You know, I cannot tell you how amazing this is. To me, I know for some onlooker looking in, you don't really see it that way, but it's just huh. You know, sometimes when you do art, you get this feeling. I used to get it when I painted, when I first started writing, and when I first started writing, and something would pop out, and it was like someone else had written it. You would read and read and read over that piece, and it was just like, I didn't do that. And this is kind of that experience that I'm having right now. Because I've told myself through time that I was a failure at drawing. When I look at this, it's like I can't believe that I did it. And I have this sense of an amazement that is here. I know maybe you guys looking in, it looks really simple. It looks like something that any idiot could do. And you're right. You're right. You're right to think that this is something that any idiot could do. And you're right. Any idiot can do this. I'm not special here. I'm not special. But for me, the experience is that of amazement. Looks like he has a beard on. Not much of a mustache, but maybe we'll put a little facial hair. Like that. Welcome, Mama Sushi. Welcome. So, yeah, it just seems like that experience. I used to get it when I painted. And oh, I did. I came on early. I'm just not going to do one for Tools of Fortune. I might do one for Tools of Fortune actually, right when I get done with this, for a short time. But I did a when I first started doing card readings. I kind of felt the same way, like it was someone else that was doing it, and it still does feel that way. Kind of well, I need Mama Sushi. I need to keep up my watch time. I'm losing I'm losing hours every single day. So it's like for the last 2 months, my watch time has been static, and especially because because it's calculated on a 365-day period, and so every day that I go forward, I'm losing sometimes as much, if not more, hours than I gain that day, and so that's why I'm on this channel. I'm going live every single day because because I'm, I'm, well, I mean, 500 hours away from 3,000 is a long ways, but that's where I'm at. What do you think? I think this looks cool. I'm looking at it, and yeah, I know it's not that 3D. It's not a 3D, three-dimensional piece, but kind of gets that. I don't know. I've never really tried to do faces before. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't think I'm done with it. I think I need to work on it some more here. Maybe just a little bit. Yeah, it's like I feel like it's like to me it reminds me of like it's some kind of a gambler dude, like in those movies where they're either like blackjack players or they're some kind of they're just like I don't know. It has like a story. So it does, yeah, it has that cool look. It's like I think we'll just kind of clean this up just a little bit. Use the eraser on it in places, see if I can shape it somewhat. Yeah. I wish I had a hairline that looked like that anymore. I haven't had a hairline like this since I was like 20. Because I started like the male pattern balding when I was like, I think it was like 19 is when I started getting a receding hairline. All right, this is cool. I'm gonna just call this. Let's go over there with that piece. We're looking at this is the second, right? All right. Let's try something else. I think we'll try that same technique, same similar one. But everything's gonna look. I don't want it to look like it's mono, Maybe the second, yeah. Well, I think I started this one wrong. It's all wrong. Let's just put the So how much time do you have left, Mama Sushi? Yeah, I get the secret is you have to teach yourself to not use the point of the pencil or anything because you want like soft lines. Yeah, it's an eraser. Yeah, they're gum erasers. They're for you kind of dab. It's for it's really kind of gummy um and they call them kneaded erasers. And kind of I'm just gonna pull this up a bit because I want to um try to make a more natural looking forehead if I could. Maybe we got an example of some. All I got are icons for people. All right. Maybe it's like this. Try to get the proportions of it. Round face, square face. I think probably one of the hardest things about art is learning how to hold the tools that you're using. And so maybe we take this and see if I can erase this off there. Okay, that works. Learning how to use the tools with the paintbrush and everything, holding the paintbrush clear down by the base, holding the pencil clear down here. You'd think you get better control of it here, but no, maybe you do, but for expression, you get better because you're using the flat part, you're not using the tip. Yeah. Maybe where's the mouth at? Right here? A little bit of nose work. Hmm. Almost reminds me of like some personality. Charlie Kirk, maybe? No. Yeah, actually, it does look kind of like Charlie Kirk. Be that. Sometimes less is more. Got a little nose hair coming out. So did you do anything exciting today, Mama Sushi, or just the normal everyday thing that you're always working on? Yours might be someplace over here. Maybe we don't want it that dark. Just kind of come up here and dust it up a bit. I guess I should title this thing "Learning How to Draw." I'm just trying to get it out of memory. He does look like somebody I know, though. Just a little bit of color on the face. Hi. Hi, Ramon. It's been a while. It's time for you to come back on the show again when you have time. I know that you're either super busy with work or you're tired. I'm kind of tired all the time and not really getting out too much. And yeah, I understand being tired all the time too. And let's see if I can get an example of something I can do. Drawing faces. Faces. Let's see what I can get from the old Google images here. Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a little while. I have like a family reunion tomorrow. Maybe, maybe we'll do something. We can just do some talk. We can do It's your choice. You can come on. Okay. All right. I'll choose. Maybe. I know that eventually, Ramon, I'm gonna try to do some daytime readings on Tools of Fortune, and bring some other readers on. So do some dual. Yeah, we can do whatever. Yeah, probably for the next time you come on. Once you just come on this channel, we'll do. You want to? I think we want to talk about. Um, I don't know, UFOs and stuff. I don't know. Let's just do something. We'll do something. We'll do something. We'll just talk. Have a talk. I guess because like one of the things, Ramon, that I've been thinking about, and I'm trying to implement because I'm I got to clean up this space that I'm in. Make room for a desktop computer, and I need to get a new SIM card for this phone, so that because I'm using I have a new phone, but the SIM card that I have in this thing is 10 years old almost. 2016, 2017, and hasn't been. So I'm afraid to pull it out of this device to transfer it to the new phone because of for whatever reason. And so, but I can only do it at a Target because I'm using consumer cellular, and so, but then I'm paying for two lines, and so I'm gonna get that other line. Get anyway. So to get another phone number, so I can get another phone number, then I can get a Google Voice number, because what I'm kind of wanted to do is begin the process of doing a call-in talk show. To have the option to do a call-in talk show on this channel. Actually, doesn't look that bad. Yeah. So, anyways, I have some things. Then it would be nice. It would be nice if I could use this microphone here. I have microphones, but so it'd be nice if I could use this microphone. The problem with this one is, when you're doing a show on on an Android device. Now this one is a USB-C microphone, except that this microphone is so damn sensitive that when you hit the table that it's on, you can hear that sound going right through the microphone. So it's a matter of like, okay, there's all these technical issues to solve, and so I've had this microphone for over a year now, and I haven't been able to actually utilize it. So it's how it is. You can only with your equipment and so forth, and sometimes you get ahead of yourself on stuff, and using your microphones, and because we all know how important sound is, and getting your show to sound right, and which is always like something that has bothered me, Ramon. The look and everything, the presentation. If the sound is like has a harsh edge to it, that bothers me. There's all these things with an overhead. Yeah, I don't know what I would like. I don't know what I would do. Hook it to the ceiling or something. It has to be overhead. Yeah. The problem is the space. I can't hook it to the table because this is just actually a card table. It's a card table, and there's not, and it's with the the tubular design card tables. Yeah, yeah, something like that. But it really can't. So I run with a desktop computer, and then I can add a mixer board to it and plug. I have a 2-channel mixer board, and then which I actually bought that in like 2015. I bought that a long time ago. When um yeah. Well, no, it can't be this. It can't be this table. The table that I'm on, uh, because you kind of get that. Yeah. Anyway. I'll have to. It has to be something else. I think it has to be a separate mic stand altogether with an arm on it that I can hold. Actually, I've um. Anyways, that's all coming. Because I'm going into my 4th year on this channel. And Celine is finally gonna get her crossword oracle deck. That's actually gone out, and yeah, maybe kind of bring the hair over the eyes, kind of like that young person. Maybe just a little bit more darkness here. Anyways, yeah, it's going. Well, no, I'm finishing. Yeah, I'm going into my 4th year in September. Yeah, September. That's right. And so then when I come up to my next birthday, then that'll be 3 years. 3 years into the tarot. 3 years into the tarot in March. I like that eye the way it is. It has it has a bit of an expression on it. 4 years, yeah. And then for art, it'll be. Oh, I get an art fair this year. So there's going to be a local art fair, and so I'm going to have to start doing Christmas card design soon. But yeah, 4 years, man. So that's like 2022. Yeah, 2020. It's really it's full 3 year. It's 3 years, but I'm going into the 4th year, and 4th year, yeah. Actually, this is pretty cool. It almost looks. It almost looks like I can kind of draw or something. And then there was this one that I just did. And then I tried this afternoon to do some more. There was this is blind drawing, and then yesterday afternoon, was it yesterday? That's right. I'm calling this one the ghost of JFK because it reminded me of like JFK or like one of the Kennedys. But yeah, this is yeah. So today, tonight, Ramon, I'm having one of those experiences. Like you're doing something and you can't believe that you did it. Yeah, a person of interest. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, this is like maybe a little less tone, maybe a little more toned down over here. Tone it down just a little bit there. Hmm. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Where did my pin go to? So, like, if you're still there, I didn't take pictures of it, but I took some video film of it. I haven't done the. So this is, if you're still there, Kim, oh welcome. This here is the box that I made for a set of crosswords oracle cards. Watching videos of live streaming, watching videos. That's Anyways, I didn't take an actual picture of it. I actually sealed it up in the envelope before that happened. But yeah. Anyways, and I got some pictures. I went down to the coast recently, so I got some. There's the dog. Little peewee dog. She's little. She doesn't like the beach. It was really windy too, but the sand's just really hard to walk in the sand for the little dog. And yeah, yeah. But here's this was the day of the earthquake. This was the day of the earthquake. I went down at that 8.8 earthquake, but uh, yeah, yeah. So this is my well, it has become the favorite beach to go to because for my mother's whose mobility is really challenged, she can't go down on the beach anymore. But I park in one of those wheelchair spots because she has that, and then she can look out over and see the sea and so forth. But yeah, yeah. There's little Pee Wee. But yeah, so anyways, trying to take those photographs. I don't think I have anything risque in here, but just thumbnails and stuff for tools of fortune. I did, though. I did pick up that biblical tarot. Uh, I did get this. I did recently because all you guys talked about how great it is, and so I decided that I was gonna get that, and I don't know if I'm gonna ever be able to read with it or not, but well, probably I can't say that. I probably will, but I certainly do use it as when I set my themes. When I set my themes, let's try that blind drawing again. We'll do that again. That's actually an interesting exercise, that blind drawing. So, okay, I'm going to turn the camera. Looks like I forgot to shave. Oh well. So the blind drawing exercise, and this is a great exercise if you're still there. It's and I'm this is my bad eye. This is my bad eye too. I can't really see out of that eye very well. And so we are looking literally doing um, this is somebody said you either try to do things upside down or you do you draw in a mirror. So this is this whole this exercise is a demonstration of the tarot card, the Hanged Man, and looking at life from a different perspective. And so for gaining better control, here we go. Kind of soft movements. So then you got to make some decisions. Well, we're just going to be making abstract eyes. Maybe I don't want to look at the eyes. I need the face picture. Come on, get up here. Okay. Big wide nose. And crooked smile. So then we got the basic outline of it. So then we're gonna move it down to get the outline, and here we go. And we're just gonna work on it. Yeah. This kind of helps you to give you just a different perspective or something else to work with. You got like a crooked nose or something. You know, Ramon, what we could talk about would be just how much our world is like the Matrix. I was watching a presentation today, actually before I came on live. Interesting. You know, this is so fascinating. So if you were just in here watching, this is a legitimate, as you can see, you could use this if you are a person who is drawing and doing, learning how to draw. I'm just learning how to draw. That's what me is doing. Just a learner here. Huh. I don't know. And though the face is basic, it has an expression. Interesting. Kind of a crooked nose. So what kind of emotion is this guy expressing? If you're just looking in, you can tell me what kind of emotion you think this guy is expressing. He's got a bit of a scar here. Well, this is sketch practice. If you ran the live stream back about 5 minutes, it'll shows you how I made it. I mean, as far as doing a blind sketch. Yeah, it's completely blind. I did it like looking into a mirror, gaining it's the guy with the twisted face. Michael Mask. Interesting. I need to get a perspective as far as where to put the neck at and maybe like that. It's kind of more like a square neck. Well, boy, you can. I am just a beginning drawer, so you can hold your opinion if you. Yeah, I agree that I think this looks better than you think it does. But for a person who failed drawing 3 times, I don't think this is bad. When I take it off, what do you mean? Anyways, Huh. Well, it looks like he's happy. This is like a happy look. It's not like a sad look. Oh, mask. We need to take the mask off. Maybe we want to make got a shirt kind of a collar. Well, we're just gonna try this. I was told by a lot of people that if I ever want to get better at painting, I gotta learn how to do this. He does look like he's got big muscles. Oh, I am, well, maybe. Maybe I'm good at painting. Kind of soften up the look here. I do think it needs that line, though. It's like it's part of its face. A scar or something. Well, I'm thinking I'm getting better at painting. I would probably go that route. I'm getting better at painting. And what is it like? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. I better start thinking about getting ready to go to bed here. Maybe we'll just kind of do this a little bit. Got some lines in there, and go back in and kind of oh, maybe I'll get better at art someday. I don't know. All right. Well, I think this one's cool. There's a progression here, so looking at 9-9 show, 8 2 2025. So we look at what we've done. We got this one. Got that one, which was this one was actually pretty cool too. I don't know if it's done or not, but I'll just make it done. Eight 2 25. And then this is I skipped a lot of pages. This one here, which I think is probably the best one I did today. And these ones I tried this afternoon on my pixelated one, and then we got this one here. And we go back a few days. That was bad. That was like nothing. Then that one was nothing. Another blind drawing there. And we did some sketches outdoors someplace. That. Some squiggles that are just as like 6th grade, like kindergarten squiggles from the other day. I mean, we're looking like charcoal practice. Practice from the other day. And then, I guess that's it. A few pages in. And that's where we're at. Alright, this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the... I think I'll turn this thing back, though. Oh, I'll read a poem or two. How about we do that? Here's from a book of poems. I don't like the color balance here. Why is... color balance is weird here in this room. What can we do about the lighting? Relight on? Alright. This poem here is titled Poem 38, page 38. I'll read some poetry for you. The boring side. Fantasy. Fascinating dreams. Silly embarrassments. Stories about love. Buried here. Wondered, wounded, no words. My fingers tracing an old oak tree. I feel the fever away from home mingled. Fragrances, faint aroma veiled. Face hidden, your face away. Missing life here. Page 17. On page 17, threads of light untwisted into 7 colors. 7 times a day discharging, converted into pleasure. Infinite satisfaction the soul entertains according to human happiness. The invention bringing philosophy to universal utility. Inscribed into it together. Page 5. In a vacuum chamber, up their eyes, a face, rolling vapors brooding, summoned to witness what was primal, what was abysmal, what was an anxious child holding her, watching, drinking the scene on some world circling a sun, the blood thunder pounding her mind, trembling, hysterical, laughter, deranged whimper of dogs, staring up, feeling ancient. Page 9. A storm in a teacup. Rain, 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 beating against the window, pushing bedclothes back, away, anxious. A fork of lightning split the sky. A roll of a drum in the distance. The savage light, another crack above, a boom, the house, starting up, frightened, hands stretched out, glowing, the wrath of the gods, the rain, started, another savage flash. We can try and do a impromptu one. How about that? I will, this here, this is just a random card of random words. Here are some random words. You can see them here. And I will spin a poem based upon these random words. The obstacle was on the other side of the box. It was long. A long box, a long ways away. A plant grew out of the box. Inside was soil. Soil from another world. It was a long box, a deep box, an old box, an ancient box. A box that carried the heritage of an entire world. Forgotten by an age, an eon of time, distance, a world amid the stars, far out of eyeshot, too far away to hear. In a million years from now, radio waves will come from that place and bounce off our moon. There was a booth. There was a booth out there at the fair. You want to go to that booth. They had yummy things there, growing on trees, potted in plants, potted trees and plants in this booth. The fruit that grew was juicy. One taste of the fruit and you desired for it forever, always thinking about that fruit. Was this the fruit of Eden? Did somebody find Eden and take a sprig of that tree and plant it. It was like a distant memory that we all felt inside of us. This memory about this plant buried deep down inside of us. This plant only two had ever seen: Adam, Eve, and the serpent. Eden, which was someplace between the Euphrates and the Tigris rivers, a world away. Eden, someplace between the Tigris and the Euphrates River, maybe in Turkey, someplace below the Black Sea. Things grew there. Then a flood washed it all away. But somebody escaped with a sprig from that tree. And in that booth, that's what they claimed anyway. They claimed it was a clone of the tree in the Garden of Eden that gave life from tasting it. You could go to that booth. It's at the far end, past the Ferris wheel, past the roller coaster, past the barns and the horse paddock on the other side of the track where they race horses. Those horses thundering around the track. A trifecta could get you $1 million if you had enough to place that bet. At the track, those horses, magnificent horses, fast, purebred to perfection, rode by jockeys, little people, light on their feet but cunning in their minds. Little people cunning in their minds who can drive those horses to victory. So beyond the track was that booth. And there was a hot dog stand right next to it that had good dogs too. They were the vegetarian kind. Vegetarian hot dogs with vegan mayo, mustard, with chopped up onions, chopped up really fine onions, and just spread into that hot dog bun with a little bit of mayo and a little bit of yellow mustard. And this was delicious. And it almost tasted like spam. Spam, that food in a can that they made for the soldiers in World War II, was it? World War II? Or was it World War I? But sometime back there, they made spam. And spam fried with eggs. Spam on a sandwich with cheese. On French bread. On
hot sourdough bread was the best taste ever. But that hot dog was good. A vegan hot dog that tasted like spam. Can you imagine that? A vegan dog that tasted like spam out of a can. Well, anyway, that booth was right near there in that row of the food court, where you can get the chili dogs and the vegan spam and the shooting gallery, where you got those pop guns, and you gotta like hit that target. They're like what, BB guns? Air guns? Pop, 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 or the ring tossed. So down in there, where the games are at, the food was this booth that had a sprig of a tree from Eden, they claim. Anyways, that was my story based upon the words on this card. My first art was poetry. Poetry was my first art. Maybe. It was cooking, wasn't it? I started cooking when I was 8 years old. And then doing photography. But it was really the whole poetry was that first art, which I started doing when I was young, like still a teenager, but not, but after high school, and still a teenager though, and putting just the time in to do just the hours and hours and hours and hours. And that's really how you can learn how to write a line down. And then there was, when I was in Seattle, I listened to a lecture. It was about oral writing. It was about writing without a pen, but writing in a sense of how people wrote in the oral tradition and storytelling and so forth. And so what I did there was just stuff that I'd been working on forever. And I think it was on Tools of Fortune, Aayushi had asked me about me to trying to teach how to read cards. I am not in a place where I could teach how to read cards. Not intuitively, but that foundation for reading cards came out of writing poetry. And for me anyway, that's my story. Well, I'm going to go to a family reunion tomorrow. Get up early. I'm going to watch a few more episodes of The Expanse, though. I think maybe like 1.5. I got a little bit of work to do before, finish cleaning up the kitchen a little bit. Doing some of those mundane things. And then since the car doesn't have air conditioning in it, I got to bring ice packs along, ice and stuff like that. And then I need to do that and make some more ice. I'm going to travel with ice, water, and stuff like that. But it might be a warm day. We got a 100-mile drive. 200-mile round trip drive to do that. And anyway, my sister is going to come too, so that's going to be just me, mom, sister, and the dog, and we're going to have a good time, spending time with family and so forth. Anyway, this was that last drawing we did today, and today I felt really inspired. I felt I felt inspired, like, yeah, like you feel that spark of inspiration coming into you, which it doesn't happen to me very often. But when I first started writing poetry, well, not when I first started, it was when um, it was 5 years after I first started. 88, 89, 99. Actually, it was 7 years after I first started writing poetry that these words flooded out of me, and everything I wrote down at that time, I could not believe that I wrote it. It was this awesome experience, and I've had that experience from time to time. I don't really get it very often anymore, but tonight I kind of did. With some of these drawings, I kind of got that experience of, like, did I do that? Did I do that? And I'm not unique. That's not a unique experience. That is an experience that many artists get. People, creative people get, is that stuff comes out of you and don't you don't see yourself in it. That's what it is. You don't see yourself in that piece of work. You watch yourself do it. You produced it, but you were just the conduit, and that's what it felt like. You were just the conduit, and that's kind of how I feel when I'm doing readings at Tools of Fortune. Like, I'm just a conduit to, not all the time, but a lot of the times that's the way it feels. Like I'm just the conduit. Somebody else is telling the story. All right. I've been on for an hour and 23 minutes and 43 seconds, and I'm going to say good night. Thank you, Maria, for your support. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Mama Sushi. Thank you, Boy, even though your comment wasn't very nice. Thank you, Moon Scarab. And who else came in? Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Michael. And that's it. Until the next time, which I will, when I get back from that family reunion, and I get back, I think probably I'll get back like 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I probably will do another one of these sessions tomorrow night. And yeah, I think I'll do that. All right. Good night. Blessings and praise to all of you guys, and thank you for your support. Bye-bye.